I want to talk about concert tickets.
Okay. I love concerts.
I do too. And I pride myself on buying concert tickets. To me, it's an art form.
Yeah.
So I've gotten prime tickets in prime locations with what I consider to be great bands many, many different times. As a matter of fact, I do it so well and I get so stressed out about it that to me, it's a breath of fresh air when I don't have to buy the tickets, or if it's a band that I don't really care that much about.
Yeah.
And I just say, let me get the best that available right now and whatever. I don't care.
Right.
But certain bands, I go all out.
Right.
Okay.
Like you did for U2.
Yeah, and Tool. Okay, so I'm going to see Tool in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm in multiple Tool groups. I think I've pointed that out.
You have
Tool
talked about that many
Facebook
times.
groups.
Yes.
And I've pointed out that the different Facebook groups for the different bands have different levels of annoyance for me. My favorite is The Rush because they don't say anything except maybe once a year they'll say something about a Rush album and then everybody else will be like, shut up, and they go on with their lives. U2 is all about how Bono saved their lives. Tool...
Right.
Tool right now is a flutter because the tour is going on. And it seems like every day there is a post of someone saying, gee, I'd love to go see this Tool show, but I can't afford $300 for a ticket or $600 for a ticket or $1,200 for a ticket.
$1,200?
Here's the thing. The tickets don't cost that when you buy them through the normal channels. They cost that when people flood in and scalp them.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I pride myself on being a good ticket buyer. I am the guy that has 2 computers, a tablet, and a phone all on Ticketmaster or wherever, ready to go. And then I hit them all. Boom.
You're like an octopus.
I am. And I get them at face value. So I got my tickets. Well, I got a premium ticket for a price, but that's neither here nor there.
The price that they set, not the price that some scalper set.
Exactly.
Right.
But every couple of days.
And my apologies to scalpers.
Yeah. Every
I take that back.
every couple of days, there's some jackwad on there that's complaining about Tool. Doesn't Maynard have enough money? Well, they need to buy another drum set. Oh, well, they don't have enough guitars. Will you shut your pie hole?
Yeah.
And I'm tuned into the Tool thing right now because there's a concert coming up, but the same thing happened when the U2 shows were coming up. All these different kinds. It doesn't matter where you get tickets. If you follow them on Facebook, there's some jackwad that'll pop up and complain that they have to pay $3,000 to sit on the tour bus. And
right.
It's like, you don't have to pay $3,000 to sit on the tour bus. You can buy a $50 ticket like every other red-blooded American and sit where you sit.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Or you can wait until 5 minutes before the show and spend $15,000 on a seat or whatever it is.
Right.
But stop complaining about the artists. Stop blaming them for what the scalpers do. Having said all that.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the Fear Inoculum tour.
Okay.
For Tool.
Yeah.
So Fear Inoculum is the first album they've had in 13 years. Everybody thought Tool was done. 13 years.
Okay.
13 and a half. The Tool boards will go
I thought
crazy.
they just put something out like a couple of years ago.
That's Fear Inoculum. This is the tour that it was interrupted by COVID. As a matter of fact, the ticket that I had was canceled. It was in 2020.
So,
I don't know why I keep doing this with my hands.
You're telling me Fear Inoculum came out 13 years ago?
No. Fear Inoculum came out in 2019.
Okay, I was about to say, I thought that was... So what was... Fear Inoculum was their first album in 13 years.
Yes.
I'm following you.
There you go.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Monkey boy.
And it's the first time they've toured in like a very long time. Okay?
Right.
It's a big deal. All right.
Big deal.
It's a big deal. So then they had their tour, and then it got interrupted by COVID.
Right.
My premium ticket that I had was unceremoniously ripped from my hands, and I couldn't go see them. And then they decided, hey, COVID's hit a point where we're going to restart the tour. Boom, they restarted the tour. Simultaneously, people have been clamoring for a vinyl release of Fear Inoculum because vinyl people are crazy. I know that because I am
vinyl people love listening to 4 songs and then you take a break.
Well, every song on Fear Inoculum is like 10 minutes. One of the songs is 20 minutes. So it's 5 LPs. I'm not kidding. It's 5.
Oh, I believe
it's
you.
5 records for one album. So they announced that they're going to start selling this LP, the vinyl, in April. But the band got or whatever it is, like when you make art or whatever, you get copies of it. Like if we ever got famous and we made an album, we would get like a bunch of copies of it for free or whatever
Right.
before it goes. So they decided to sign all their copies, and they're selling them at the show for and they said for a premium price.
Okay. And how much is that premium price?
So
Dusty?
here's my favorite thing about the Tool group. Everyone was so excited about the opportunity to buy this vinyl at the show, and about how Tool is the greatest band in the world because they've brought vinyl, they've come back to this, and all this stuff. And then somebody took a snapshot of the merch table. It's $810.
That's a lot for
It's
an
a
album.
lot.
Yeah.
So then everyone split. It was like the Civil War.
And they all walked away.
They all walked away. I'm gonna need about $810.
That's what it should be.
I gave him 200. She gave him 200.
Oh, so now it's $250. Yeah.
I gave him $1.
She gives him $1.
I thought he'd go away if I gave him $1.
So now there's a civil war in the Tool camps. There's the people saying, well, hell yeah, it's $810. It's brand new. It's not available for everyone else for 2 more months. Everyone signed it. This is Maynard's personal copy or Danny's personal copy.
I don't
or
care if
whatever.
it literally just came off, if it still had steam coming off of it from coming out of the vinyl press.
Well, and that's the other crew. The other
Yeah.
crew is like, are you out of your mind
Yeah.
spending this much money
I'll pay
on this,
$12.50 and
on
get
this
the
thing?
CD.
So they're all arguing and fighting against each other. And then every once in a while, somebody will come in and say, I can't believe I have to pay $60 for a nosebleed seat. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking about
yeah.
leaving all the Tool groups until after this tour.
Yeah.
But if you want to make a difference in the world,
Mike is setting up a GoFundMe page.
this, real talk,
Okay.
real talk.
Yeah, okay.
This podcast costs money.
Yes, it does.
It takes money to fuel this machine.
Mm-hmm.
And we have been greasing the wheels that produce this machinery of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think $810 is much to ask of
Right.
listeners. Okay, so here's what you'll get.
Here's the thing. If 800 listeners
Uh-huh.
could donate $1,
Exactly.
then Mike can have his album by Tool.
Well, I'd need somebody else to donate 10.
You can't cover the rest of it. I said if 810 people.
You said 800.
Okay, my
need
apologies.
somebody
I
else to-
apologize for the math.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Here's the point.
Okay.
Here's the point.
Okay.
You don't need that dollar.
No.
You, the listener. I'm looking at you, but I'm talking to the listener.
I know what you're doing, Mike.
This
isn't our first radio.
This is a good deed. This is a good thing to do. I am all about the vinyl.
Right.
I'm going to get the vinyl. But I can't get the signed vinyl. I think of anyone in the world, I deserve the signed Fear Inoculum vinyl more than anyone, and I'll tell you why.
Why is that?
Because I want it.
Because I want it.
Because
I want it so
Because
bad.
what's on the
It's
wall
my
right there? You
precious,
see a
and I
Tool.
want it.
There's a Tool poster on the wall right
Yeah,
there
yeah.
from the show.
Yeah.
I occasionally have a shirt on. I've got the thing over here that I can hang on the wall as
You
soon as
have
I
a
get
Tool
permission.
do-rag.
I have a Tool do-rag. I have all the CDs. I even have Salival.
Which you need to take some penicillin and clear that up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just think it would be a good deed. If you're looking for a good deed to do, what was it? They had the thing where you spend $1 and you save a kid from starving.
Right.
Yeah, spend $1 and save me from not having Fear Inoculum.
So kids could eat,
Yeah.
or you could get your album, is what you're saying. You want this album more than you want some kid to eat.
If
Careful.
if people send me money,
Mm-hmm.
enough money to get this album, I will send $1 to save a kid from starvation.
So if you get $810, you'll send $1.
Yes.
That doesn't.
It doesn't work out, does it?
If
If you get me, let me revise that.
Okay.
If you send me $811,
Uh-huh.
I'll send $1 to save a kid, and I'll spend the other
That's
$810.
the one extra that you're not spending on the album.
That's right. That's right. Well, I've got to stand there because I got to buy it before the concert,
poor
so I've got to
Mike.
stand there during the show holding this. This thing's heavy. There's 5 LPs in there. I got to hold that during
And
the whole
are
show.
you going to run it out to the car? Or are you going to keep
I don't
hold
think
it?
they let you back in. I think I have to stand there during the show
So you
with
got
it.
to stand there holding an album the whole show?
Yeah, that everyone there knows is worth $810.
It's going to get all sweaty and clammy, and it's going to get bent. and you're gonna.
That's
get all,
what she said.
It's gonna. It's gonna. You're gonna get all pissy. And,
Yeah.
Don't touch me, you freaks.
Yeah.
I got an album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna call this Mike Aid. And
Yeah,
we
Mike
should,
Aid.
You know what we should do is have like a concert.
Yeah.
Where you and I, bring out local bands.
Yeah.
And we'll introduce them and we'll raise money so that you can get this album.
We only have a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So if you look on our website, there's Buy Me a Coffee.
Okay.
So just
I
pretend-
still don't understand what this is.
Just pretend like it's an $810 cup of coffee.
Uh-huh.
A really good cup of coffee. Signed by Tool. And if you're worried about where it's going to go, if you're worried about who's going to have it, I'm going to have it.
Okay.
Mike.
I'll tell
will
you
have
what.
it. And I will have it in my house.
If anybody listening becomes a patron of this show and donates money so that Mike can get this album, I will autograph something.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm not letting you anywhere near this album if I get
No, I'm not going to autograph that album, but I'll autograph something, and then I'll send it to the fan who does this. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Now, let me put a very important critical disclaimer in this podcast episode.
Yep.
Bess,
Uh-huh.
if you see a signed Fear Inoculum album in this house, I did not spend $810 on that.
Our fans.
The fans
bought
it for me because they love me and they love Darren and they love this show and they love America. And we saved a kid from starving.